Dungeon Siege 2 is the 2005 sequel to the 2002 original Dungeon Siege, if the 2 in the title did not give that away. Now, this game was released when I was 17 and was the first Dungeon Siege that I found and played, and I absolutely loved it. And this was a lovely time where you could just buy a game from the shop, take it home and install it, and away you go. And that was awesome. Again, you can have a party of characters that you can recruit, as well as the character that you create, and you start off as a mercenary for some very shady people. You end up getting betrayed, shock horror, and then you wake up in a prison cell, well, more of a treehouse jail really, and then you have to basically prove your worth to get this I don't know, like love collar off your neck, and then go out there into a and just be a hero, essentially. I'm only showing footage from the first hour and a half, couple of hours or so, because I don't want to go too much into it. And generally speaking, I don't really like capturing footage of everything I play, because I'm a gamer first and a YouTuber second. So I kind of show you a bit of gameplay from the beginning of the game. Occasionally with games, if something really cool happens and it's on my PlayStation, I can obviously capture the last 30 seconds or a minute, but I don't want to have to fire up OBS all the time on my PC to capture all my footage, then I have to sift through hours of footage. That just sounds a bit wank. But but if you checked out the first Dungeon Siege and enjoyed it, you should enjoy Dungeon Siege 2. This game is a lot better. They implemented a lot more systems. There's a lot more replayability to this game. There's a lot more of RNG loot system that can be found. There is still a little bit of difficulty there, but it's not too difficult. And if you die, you lose all your shit, and you have to go back to your body to reclaim all your stuff, which is like insane. That's just so you got to run all the way back to your body, buck-ass nude, unless you've got some, you know, dough on you and you can go and buy some new equipment. But I mean, you know, money don't grow on trees, man. Of course, you still have the usual melee, ranged magic, nature magic, and combat magic systems, which is pretty cool, and you can equip all different weapons and armor. It's essentially, you know, an isometric action RPG, like standard, like kind of like Baldur's Gate 3 is now, and obviously the other two Baldur's Gates. It's essentially what it is. You know, they did make it a little better for the combat, because you can actually just press and hold, click and hold the right mouse button to just continue attacking the enemy, as opposed to continually clicking, so that kind of saves some people with carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, this game was actually published by Microsoft Game Studios, which is shocking, because let's be honest, they don't really publish games anymore. Hello, Fable, anyone? They cancelled Scalebound, bastards. But this was developed by Gas Powered Games, and I think it still holds up really well in many ways. Graphically, of course, not so much. Things do look a little bit aged, but that's to be expected. Not everything is going to look amazing from years ago. Some games have aged incredibly well in terms of graphics, but not in terms of gameplay. But here, this is still a really solid game that you can pick up very cheap. I got it on GOG. A lot of people was wondering how I got Dungeon Siege 1 working fine, but I've got the GOG client, and I bought the collection of Dungeon Siege on there for like £4, I think, which was a great deal. And I am going to be going through Dungeon Siege 3 after I've done 2, and I do remember liking 3, but apparently that's blasphemy, because I mentioned that in my first video and people are confused. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and I'll see what the problem is. But with Dungeon Siege 1 and 2 on Windows 11 works perfectly fine. I've had no issues whatsoever with them. They run incredibly well, especially putting them on the old SSD hard drive. They load incredibly quick, which is what you want. But essentially, it does nothing new from what today action RPGs do. What you're seeing on the screen is pretty much it. Just there's a lot more of that, really. There's a lot more dungeons. There's a lot more stuff from the first one, really. I could make this video into like 10, 15, 20 minutes like a lot of other people and just go through every little teeny weeny bit of information, but all I gotta say is that it's a solid sequel to a first solid game, and improves upon everything that the first one did tenfold, which is what you want in a sequel. But let me know in the comments what you think. Have you played Dungeon Siege 2? Which one was your favourite? And look forward to the Dungeon Siege 3 video, because, like I said, I remember liking it. I may or may not. I may or may not get lynched, so we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. So thank you very much for watching.